How do you deal with aging past your prime?
I don't know what the hell that means. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I do to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a limit in my head. And this might be unrealistic, and I'm sure it is. I don't really give a shit because it helps me sleep better at night. Yeah. But in my head, like when I'm 70 to 80, I'm still going to be in my prime.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a reason for that. When I was 16, 18, high school, stuff like that, my knees hurt so bad that if I kneeled down, someone had to help me get back up. I don't have any of those issues anymore. I don't have lower back pain like I did in high school. I'm in better shape now than I've ever been in my entire life, and I'm 30 years old. Now, I know that once you hit 50 and 60, your body really starts like kind of going in reverse. But I mean, at that point, there's drugs and shit. Like, I mean, I'm 50, 60. I might just be like, you know what? Give it to me.
It's time.
It's time. Let's go, man. But
yeah.
But I also know a lot of very healthy older people. Let's use Manuel as an example. Manuel is not ancient or anything. He's probably like 48, 50 years old. He is the most athletic person in this gym. Every person at Norse is scared of Manuel. He's the most friendly guy. But it's because we see the shit that he does and we see the way that he works out and we're like, fuck, he's a monster, man.
Crazy, man.
But he's almost 50 years old. And that dude's not slowing down anytime soon. When I think about myself at 50, I can only aspire to be like Manuel. But then also there's people still like, there's old people doing powerlifting competitions now. You have these older like 60, 70-year-olds that are doing triathlons. I still have another 50 years to go, man. Imagine the possibilities of that time. And the older I get, the more I want to take care of myself. Especially at 30, man. It's like a light switch. I was just like, nope, it's time to be healthy. It's time to lose weight. It's time to cut out all the bullshit. It's time to dial in my nutrition. Like, and I've talked to other people as well. When you hit 30, it's really like it's a switch. You're like, okay, well, let's really get our shit together.
Yeah.
So that's my personal approach to it. I think putting a limit on yourself is self-destructive. Like I said, am I being realistic? Probably not, but who gives a shit? I would much rather grow older thinking that I'm going to be a monster at 70 than go ahead and get stuck in my head that I'm at my prime now at 30 and that's just going to be downhill from here. Because guess what? If you go ahead and plant that into your head and into your subconscious, you're sure as shit going to be a decrepit old son of a bitch at an old age.
And that's actually where I'm at is I went out west when I was I was like 19, 18 or 19. And I was like out there rock climbing, canyoneering, being all like, athletic and stuff, And there was a guy that I met out there. I don't remember what his name was. He was shirtless. He was canyoneering. And this dude was the most chiseled dude I've ever seen in my life. I mean,
Roman god statue.
He was 73.
That's what I mean, man.
And I had no clue. Me and the other guy that I was with, we were like, what? Like he looked like he was 48. And he's not this like big dude that's like, whatever. He's just really
healthy.
He's really, really healthy, man. He walked. He took care of himself his whole life. And this dude literally had an 8-pack. Like, forget the 6. It was 8. I mean, I've never seen anybody like this, like at his age. You know what I mean? But I think this whole prime thing, like I understand the question.
Of course.
I completely understand the question. But I also think that we view that the wrong way, right? Because like, if you're a football player in the NFL, we're talking, it's a different scenario.
That's true.
We're talking, so there are things that maybe you can't physically do anymore. But if we're talking about the dad across the street or the person that works at, the department store or that has their business, whatever it is, like, one, you're not an NFL athlete. So you have you shouldn't have limitations. You shouldn't look at your life as limitations.
Well, think about how much damage they're doing to their body at such a rapid speed.
Are you talking about football players?
Yeah, football players.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
they do have like a timeline they max out, but that's not 99.9% of people.
The scientific research, now, if anybody's asked, I'm a big football guy. Andy knows this. Like, it's like scientifically proven that every play is like a freaking car wreck. Like,
and they're doing that nonstop for years.
Yes. So that's why I say, take that out. If you're not an NFL football player, you don't really, or you're like a professional athlete.
Like MMA fighter.
Yeah, whatever. Like, you don't, like, you have to stop looking at limitations. Like, even the injuries that you have in your life or the things that you deal with, you had knee issues, I had back issues. we got those addressed and we took care of those. I'm not 30, but I'm 29. I'm going to be 30 in 3 months.
You probably feel good.
And I feel great, man. And honestly, this is the stuff like me and you were just talking about for the podcast. I haven't been able to take care of myself the way, like within the past month, really the past like 40 days that I usually do. But because I've taken care of myself the last 5 or 6 years or 7 years, right now that 40 days of not doing really, really well kept me healthy.
Right.
And now I'm back on track. You know, so it's like we've got a whole series about goal setting right now going out. But like if your goal is to be healthy at 70, then be healthy at 70 and make sure that everything you're doing, don't wait till you're, 50 or 60 to start trying to take advantage of that. Like if your goal is to be healthy, be healthy.
Start now.
Start now. Make that a lifestyle thing. There is no prime.
Well, that's what we're always talking about. Make this a lifestyle. You can't take fitness and be like, I'm just going to go to the gym for 6 months and then I'm not going to go anymore once I reach my goal. No, the goal here is to develop a lifestyle for the rest of your life. And that way, when you are 70, you're killing it. You're hiking. You're traveling. You're doing all this shit that you love. You're playing with your great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
But you're the great-grandpa with the six-pack.
Dude, it's crazy. And I don't know where this question stems from, but a lot of the times, and we'll move on, a lot of the times that I see people, like if it's fitness related, right, in the prime, a lot of the times that I see people that are killing it in fitness, like they're the strongest I've ever seen, they're more ripped or jacked or whatever, a lot of times they're in like their 40s, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, look at Big Z.
Yeah, I have no clue who that is.
Strongman.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I can't pronounce his name.
Is that what it is? Yeah, you said Big Z. But yeah, dude, like people like that, it's one of those deals to where they've spent 20 years or 30 years working on it. And now when they hit 40 and 50, it's like they're in their prime then. And you know what happens after you get out of 50? Then you get to go in the Masters division and you get to freaking rule all those people too.
Yeah, if you're just someone that loves competing.
So you're always in your prime. You know what I mean? You're always in your prime. Like wherever you are right now, think of it as your prime and train like you're in your prime. Just take care of yourself.
Yeah, don't the whole thing here.
Yeah.
Is stop putting limitations on yourself. I know that's like a cliche to say, and I feel kind of weird saying it, but in all reality, why would you?
Yeah.
Why put limitations on it? Just go ahead and visualize yourself being a healthy 70 to 80-year-old without a prime.
Yeah.
Because you're much more likely to be that healthy, athletic 70-year-old with that mindset than you are if you're like, well, I'm at my max. I'm maxing out right now. It's nothing but downhill from here. Because I promise you, if that is your mindset moving forward, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're going to be that decrepit old man or woman or whoever asked this question. So don't put limitations on yourself. There are no limitations. Remove the goddamn ceiling. Get rid of it. Shoot for the damn stars. And guess what? Maybe you don't reach the stars, but you got a lot further than if you were just like, well, I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah. Nah, forget that.
I hate limitations.
They're stupid.
They piss me off. Fuck, they piss me off.